The next board in our freestyle spectrum is the Marshal. The Marshal was introduced last year with the National, as you guys remember. It's similar in price point and construction tiers. If anything, it's biased a little more freestyle-y than the National, but a lot of similar characteristics, and it really comes down to kind of your riding preference, your bias to it. For 2019, the new Marshal has a couple of new things going on in addition to a really awesome poppy graphic. It still has the center strong sidewalls I talked about a little bit with the National. It has the addition of the glass pack impact plates, just like the National, where we've got these plates that protect the core and add power transmission. And then the big new change for this board this year is going to be the addition of our double barrel carbon turbo rods. This is a technology we had in the mod rocker in years past, where we have two barrels running down here and here, which I have straight line pop, but also give a little bit more torsional stiffness to the board. This is a photo sample, and it was made before we made that modification, so if you're confused by what you're seeing, that's the reason for it. Moving over to the base, beautiful die-cut base on this board. One of the foundational technologies on this board, or I should say two of them, is the contact camber. I talked about it last year, of course, but contact camber is a flat camber that runs from the tail contact point to the nose contact point. And conceptually, flat camber really is the best of both worlds. It gives you it kind of exists perfectly between the full rocker and the full positive camber boards. It gives you a lot of pop. It's not vague in the turns. It can carve really hard, and that's all very true, but I never found it exactly the way I wanted a Rome board to perform. I wanted a little more fun, a little more energy in our boards across the line, regardless of its discipline. And so what I developed was our 5-NAR side cut. So in conjunction with a flat camber from contact point to contact point, we have a side cut radius that has 5 different zones that are progressing from a little more aggressive side cut, a little mellower side cut, a little more aggressive side cut, a little mellower side cut, and a little more aggressive side cut. They're all tangential, so there's no undulations in the side cut. But what this does is, where a flat camber board, it has its amount of energy based on whether it's got turbo rods or what its stiffness is for straight line ollieing. What it does lack a little bit of is energy snap out of a turn, and that's where this 5-NAR side cut comes in. As you go through your turn, you're able to build energy, and so by the end of the turn, the tighter radius in the tail section of this board allows a lot of pressure to build up and a lot of energy coming out of the turn. So what we've done is we've taken a typically mellower flat camber board, and we made it a more fun, snappy turning board. The 2019 Marshal.